Microsoft's carbon emissions have increased by 29% since 2020, largely due to data centers built for AI usage, according to NPR. Being someone who regularly uses the internet, I have seen firsthand the integration of AI into many corners online, and I have seen the effects it has had on the internet, people, and the world. Everywhere we turn, especially online, we see AI in posts and images in our search engines. We see it in our schools, in educational tools. It is everywhere in our lives, and whether we like it or not, it is changing our lives as well. But is the change for the better, or is it for the worse? I'm here today to show you how this change is for the worse. I will show you how it affects human cognition, how it affects the justice system, and how it affects the environment as a whole. First, I will explain how AI negatively affects human cognition. For one, it has been shown that students who use AI for their work perform worse than students who do not. According to a study performed by the University of Pennsylvania, while students who used AI on practice tests performed better than their peers, when access to AI was revoked, they performed 17% worse on tests than their peers who never used AI. With the lack of AI as a crutch, they performed worse with just their own brain. It has also been found that people who use AI tend to have worse critical thinking skills. A negative correlation was found between critical thinking skills and frequent AI usage, according to IE University. It also found that the younger a person was, and the more they relied on AI, the lower they scored on critical thinking assessments. Using AI in your work has also been linked to worsening your own memory. A study done by researchers at MIT showed that, in a group of students who were tasked to write essays, 83% of those who used ChatGPT to write their essays could not recall key points in their essays or provide accurate quotes. This all shows that AI usage actively weakens our minds. Now I will show how the integration of AI has contributed to false accusations of crimes. When prompted to give information about a person, AI can make up a completely fake story about a crime committed by the person, integrating both real and fake information. According to the BBC, a man by the name of Arve Hjalmar Holman filed a complaint after ChatGPT generated reportedly defamatory information about a crime that did not exist in which he murdered 2 of his children, making up the crime, but getting personally identifiable information relatively accurate, such as their age gap. In another case, according to the Washington Post, a professor named Jonathan Turley was named by ChatGPT as having sexually harassed a student, even citing an article, despite said article not existing and no such accusation having ever actually happened. This has potentially damaging consequences if recipients do not verify these claims and then act based on this false knowledge. There have also been cases where facial recognition software run by AI have led to false arrests. A man named Randall Curran Reed was arrested and detained for nearly a week due to a facial recognition software run by Clearview AI identifying him, only for facial details found later, such as a mole, to not match the images of him versus the suspect, according to the New York Times. Another man, Chris Gatlin, described in an article by Fox 2 Now, was in jail for 17 months after a facial recognition program identified him as the perpetrator, only later released due to a lack of actual evidence. Time and money were wasted for these men, who were arrested based on false flags. These events could spell out damaging consequences for the justice system as a whole. Finally, I will describe the dangerous effects AI has had on the environment. Increased AI in the world has also led to increased amounts of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. According to NPR, since 2019, Google's greenhouse gas emissions have actually increased by 48%, largely due to data centers and supply chain emissions. In potential future consequences, an article from The Innovation suggests that, by 2035, global carbon emissions attributed to AI will range from 18.21 to 245.94 million tons. AI also contributes to the massive problem that is e-waste. To start, e-waste, or electronic waste, is electrical and electronic devices that are discarded for a multitude of reasons, and, according to the World Health Organization, in just 2022, about 62 million tons of e-waste were produced globally. On that note, according to the MIT Technology Review, AI could add 1.2 million to 5 million metric tons of e-waste by 2030. That is already a significant contribution to an already big problem. The environment has already been a hot issue for decades, and AI has only added to it. Overall, despite appearing to be a technological wonder, in actuality, there are many dangers that come alongside using AI. These dangers include effects on human cognitive functioning, the possibility of false arrests, and detrimental environmental consequences. It may seem counterintuitive to go against an emerging technology. However, I have discussed the consequences of it in hopes that you understand why it is important to limit interactions with AI. It is for the good of your brain, your peers, and the world we all live in. New doesn't always mean good. What's easy isn't always what's better. We should all do what is good for the whole and not for the part. The world, not the individual. We all live in this world, and we all play a part in taking care of it. The world, each other, and ourselves. Take care of yourselves and take care of those around you. Thank you for listening.